me. Where am I? Where is this? Who knows? I'm just kidding. Guys, I've set up a command center in the garage, coming to you live from the garage. And it is much excite. It is much excite, guys. So, yeah, I'll have to take some pictures of my setup here. I've got a couple more pieces of equipment coming, but I have a screen that's, I can't even show you how big it is. It's one of those curvy things. So now I can see all the things. I'm so excited, guys. I am so excited. All right, let's get to all the halos. First of all, Pip's mom, thank you for becoming a member. Dragon tears for me. Ooh, I'm here waiting. I'm here now, finally. Hello back, Rhonda Cooley. Thank you for being a member. Jamie Palmer, how's it going? Pretty good. Pretty good. Today's been very busy, and that's kind of why I'm late. Doctor Who, Heather, what's up, girl? Hey. Summer, hello. Hello, you're back. Oh, hell no. Hello to you. Cape Breton Lioness, SPs are live. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes. Hello, all from Selfless Self. Hello to the super mods, Summer and Heather. Great subject. That I could work to pry some more stuck Scientology minds into seeing their cult is dying ignominiously. I'm going to have to look up that word, my friend. I do not know what that means, Selfless Self. You just use like a $5 word. Okay, but I'm going to look that up. Hello from Canada. To the never end. Paralyzed to Paralyzed. Hey, thanks for being here. Jane Squirrel, thank you for being a member. Wish Nora was here. Voodoo Kitty Trash Pearl Snappy today on Twitter with the bench guy who stalked her video. Guys, like I said in my last video, the trolley trolls aren't going anywhere, guys. They are here. I'm queer, and I'm not going anywhere. So there's that. Annette Jeanette, thank you for being a member. And Aaron needs a merchant that says Barb. Yes, he does, because he's always like, Barb. Also, if you haven't seen Barb and Star, go to Vista Del Mar with the just supremely talented Kristen Wiig and her writing partner, Annie Mumolo, who also co-wrote Bridesmaids with her. Please do yourself a favor and watch that movie. It is everything. It's everything. Quirkalophagus. Hey, chat. Thank you for being a member. Bev's playlist from Sissimipi. Hey, everybody. Hi, Nora. Hey, Bev. Kimberly Ritter. Hey. M71. Anyone know what year's Rinder was in the RPF for the whole? I can get that later. I have to. 2004? He was in there for 4 years, but I don't know. Oh, what was this? 2016? 2006. 2007. 2004 to 2007. Is that what you're telling me? Hey, Summer and I have worked out our own sign language. So 2004 to 2007, 3 years. Like me, I was on the RPF for 3 years. Fun. My kids are mad about having to go to camps. Annette Jeanette, thank you again for another comment. I never got on Discard. I don't follow Mitch, Chris Shelton, or anyone from the Aftermath Foundation. So I'm out of the loop when it comes to the nastiest going around. Yeah. The thing about it is that, guys, this is nothing new. And I've explained this before. It's nothing new to have nasty comments, backhanded comments, and all this stuff. Here's what's different, okay? It's 2024. People are more in tune with social media than ever before, okay? So because of that, we are all living on social media in a way that we weren't a decade ago. Right? Social media was just for funsies. I'm posting a picture of my lunch. You know, more people get their news and information 100% from social media now than ever since it's come out. So the fact that we are all up in who's battling who and who's attacking Pearl Snappy and all that kind of stuff. What happened to my chair? I don't know. You know, that's just the way it goes. So that's why I made my last video. Because it's just a waste of time. It's a waste of time to like ping pong our way through life, trying to one up whomever, you know. But yeah, Discord is really hard. I made a Discord. It's for the CLO level members. I'm in there. It seems like only a few people are in there, so I'm gonna figure out something else to do in there, because a lot of people are like, I'm not down with Discord. It seems messy to me, guys. I'm gonna be honest. It's like an old fashioned message board, and my kids love it, but whatever. I don't know. I'm back. Dragon Tears. Hi, back. Thank you. Simply Set. Thank you for being a member. Hi to you. Bead Maniac. Good evening, all. From a gray evening in Western Mass. It's kind of gray here too in Oregon, and we keep having intermittent monsoonal rain. Super fun. Lone Dinosaur 13. Thank you for being a member. Hi, all. Rachel H. Good evening. Good evening to you, Rachel, and thank you for being a member. And that dog is so adorbs in your avatar. Hi, Sarah's Corner. And a Banana 1701A, not B. She's in 1701A, guys. Make sure you get it straight. Hey, Doctor Who Heather, everyone, please stand by. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what was happening, guys. Like I said, I got new equipment, and then, of course, the MacBook decided to update right before the live. So fun, but at least it's working. Summer, I'm the one who begs for Scottish Nora every single stream. Yes, you are, Heather. Scottish accent beats everything. Thank you, Rachel. Good morning from Perth. Hello to Perth. You know, I want to say something, Em. There's always jokes about Perth. I've never been. However, I think it's super beautiful. But why do people make fun of Perth so much? Please hit me up in a DM, because I feel like Perth is underrated, right? It's just like all these jokes about, oh, well, third prize, you're going to Perth, you know, like in contests and stuff. Super Pup, what's up? Hi. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a member. Enola Ravenmere, thank you for being a member. And good job. You're here on time, because I was super late today. Mimi to go. I guess. Yeah, that's just what I'm going with. Hey, hey, hey. Lori in Georgia, thank you for becoming a member. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Sarah, it's going great. And thank you for being a member. Thanks for being here. Bo Berquist, good morning from Hua Huin. Wow, all the way in China? Is that where that is? Well, hello. Ni hao ma and everything else. I hope it's a good day for you there. Mama Elf, thank you for becoming a member. Good evening to Catherine Churchill. Hello. And thank you for being a member. Hi, Apostate Alex. What's up? Mena, hello to you. Parallel Jen. Hi, everybody. Hi, back to you. Louie, what's up? Thanks for being a member. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, Janet. Thanks for being a member. Failed Pessimist, hi. Hello to Alberta, Canada. DB41. DB41. I don't know. I'm saying it all wrong. But thank you for becoming a member. Coltsby Colton. Heyo. What's up, girl? Nancy McCartan. Hi from Sioux, Canada. Hello to Sioux, Canada. Oh, my goodness. Helena Lucy. Hello. Swim Mom. Hi. Hi back to you. Deanna Downey. Thanks for being a member. And hi. West Coast Fancy Nancy, what's up, girl? Thanks for being a member. Chantel, hello back to you. Guinness Moon, hello to you. Eat More Pizza, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. And yes, always to pizza. Sunshine, hi from Boston. Also, I only ever put pineapple on there. I noticed you put a pineapple on there. I only ever put pineapple on my pizza when there is jalapenos. I just want those two things. I don't want anything else. So it just has to be a straight up jalapeno pineapple pizza. Get some sweet heat. But otherwise, I'm a veggie pizza person without pineapples on there. Or jalapenos for that matter. Sunshine, hi from Boston. Noble Savage 92, thank you for being here. And thanks for being a member. And your dog is super cute. Best Big Sister, hi. Yes, you are. You're on a live. Tim Nick. Thanks for being a member. Hey to Philly. What's up? Caroline P. Thanks for being a member. Hey from the Nutmeg State. Where's the Nutmeg State? I'm intrigued. Merly Heard. Question. Liz Gale's taken her YouTube channel down. That is correct, guys. I'm not Liz Gale's spokesperson. We are besties. So I can tell you this. She's taken a break from socials. All socials, her YouTube, TikTok, all those things. And she's taken some time to rest and reflect. She is good. Everything is fine. Every once in a while, guys, we all, a lot of things happen, and this trauma is real. And we need a break. I took a 5-year break, guys, because I was like, I think I'm just going to step back. So it's important to take care of yourself. It's the oxygen metaphor on the plane, right? So you got to put the oxygen on yourself and then put it on the person next to you. So that's all that's happening. She's good, though. She is good in the hood. BTV, hearts to you in Canada as well. Thank you so much. Angie, hey, I'm glad you're here for a live. Christine, hello. Cuddly Floof, thanks for being a member. Hey, Nora, Phobos, to see you again. Scotland checking in. Is Phobos the way you say hello? Oh, I gotta, is that like great? I need to know. I need to know all this Scottish lingo. I'm so excited. TN Jenny, thank you for being here. Just a northern girl. Thanks for being a member. You're catching up on me on 2x speed. That's a lot. VTV. Just looked up the meaning of the word discord. Noun, disagreement between people. Verb, disagree. Sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah. Stroke of genius, a memoir. Thank you for being a member. And hello to Calgary. West Coast Fancy Nancy. Hello from Sirius, California. Okay, Sirius is, I think I know where that is. Yes, that's a pretty town. I'm excited. All right, guys, let's get into it. So, as you saw from the title, there have been various celebrities who have left. Okay. And I'm not gonna. Hang on one second here. No, I don't want to do that. Now it's just, guys, when things are new, it wants to tell you to do things all the time. I don't want to do that. So we're going to go to this window and I'm going to share this. Okay. So this is a Rolling Stone article that came out in 2013, guys. So there's going to be some people left off this list since 2013, obviously, Okay. So here we go. And this was sparked by who? Leah Remini leaving, right? So she left, and then all the poop hit the fan all at once because her leaving was such a big deal that they started looking into, and look at this great picture of Leah here. They started looking into all the other people who had left. So let's start with Mimi Rogers, of course. She's the woman who got Tom Cruise in, guys. If you guys didn't know that, this is Tom Cruise's first wife. Okay. This article is very harsh. Tom Cruise is perhaps the most famous living Scientologist. However, each of his 3 marriages and 3 subsequent divorces resulted in his ex-wife's departures from Scientology. Tommy, what's up with that? He cannot keep a woman and he can't keep her in Scientology. Like that's not a good look. He's supposed to be the most ethical, most powerful Scientologist on the planet. Yet all 3 of his wives, all celebrity actresses, out. Mimi got declared later. It wasn't like official, but she's persona non grata. And I believe she was a 2nd gen. That's really bad. So, of course, Nicole, wife number 2. We all know that divorce story. Okay. Lost her kids. Awful, awful, awful. And then here's wife number 3. They just keep getting younger. Katie Holmes, who we know, his daughter is 18 now, and it's all good. Christopher Reeve. Okay. So he was like a Scientologist for a hot second, and he did talk about it, right? But he left because he figured out it was BS, right? So he was just somebody who was in for a hot second. This article really takes a lot of, things. Okay, of course, Paul Haggis. Now, here's another one. He was in, famously left because of gay situations, because his daughter's gay. And Scientology very, very much, in California in particular, there was the Prop 8 situation where they were trying to, delegitimize gay marriage and overturn gay marriage being legal in California. And the church, every single one of them was telling their parishioners to vote for Prop 8 so that it would pass. And that drove him out of the church. Lisa Marie Presley, yes, she did leave shortly before her death. She did cut ties. Of course, she's a second-gen Scientologist, like me, born into the church from her mom, Priscilla Presley. Elvis was never a Scientologist, though, guys. Never a Scientologist. Priscilla got in after he passed away. Tom Berenger, no. Wow, that's news to me. I don't know about that. Okay, again, Jerry Seinfeld was in for a hot second, like, yeah, 30 years ago. And then he did a whole joke about it on Seinfeld in a very famous episode. So, yeah, he's not really, okay. Jeffrey Tambor, yes, he was a Scientologist for quite a while. But he just sort of like left quietly and stopped doing it in like the early 80s. Brad Pitt was in for 2 seconds. I was there when they brought back, because he was dating Juliette Lewis at the time. He was literally in for 2 seconds. 1 second. Summer says 1 second. One what? I don't know. You have to text that to me, girl. I don't know. But yeah, he was literally, he was a high profile talent, but yeah, he did not stay. Juliette Lewis was supposed to get him in when they were dating. Van Morrison, very famous ex-Scientologist. You know, he's still singing those songs, but he dropped out again in the 80s, right? Here we go. Is there more? Okay, so then of course, no, do they have more, or is it, no, that was it. Wow, that's a shitty article. Okay, so that's just a few. Then of course we have Jason Begay. That's Jason Lee, sorry. Too many Jasons. So Jason Lee was a Scientologist for a long time. And then, he left. And he said nothing. He just like literally dropped out of Hollywood and moved to Texas. And now that's his life. He lives in Texas on a ranch, right? And just quietly left. But used to be besties with Danny Masterson and that whole crew. Then they got nothing to say. And then, of course, Mr. Jason Begay, right? So he did, this is another Rolling Stone article, but he spoke out a lot. And so Jason Begay left after he realized he was in a fucking cult. So I think one of his friends must have talked to him, because Jason was a very dedicated Scientologist. He got trained in auditing. He did like every single thing that he could possibly do as just a person in Scientology, auditing wise, and like receiving things and stuff like that. But he did a series of videos that are, okay, no, I don't want to sign up. Thanks, Rolling Stone. They want to find out about going clear, because this again is from 2015. Now, this was years after he stopped talking, right? And this is like, if you rewind the clock, this is 9 years ago. So at that time in 2015, this is when Going Clear had premiered as a movie. It was previously a book, Lawrence Wright's book. If you haven't read that book, it's a great book. It doesn't really talk about everything, but Jason's quote here is very pertinent. I think a lot of people who see this will learn things they never knew. The funny thing is that it's all out there, but it's in Lawrence Wright book or these small chat rooms. People find movies more accessible. And Going Clear is like this much of what's wrong with Scientology, right? Because you don't get the full perspective of exactly how there's no aspect of the children growing up in it and things like that. Geez Louise, this is like the most ads I've ever gotten on a page ever. Thanks, Rolling Stone. I even confronted Lawrence Wright and Alex Gibney about that at the LACMA premiere in LA, which I got invited to. And they basically told me, why don't you go make a movie? And I was like, not Holly, what? That doesn't even make any sense. So, Jason McKay's interviews with Mark Bunker are really great because he just downloads a lot. But Jason's not speaking out anymore. And the reason why I'm bringing all these guys up, okay, let me just take that off. The reason why I'm bringing all these guys up, everybody, is because I had a conversation a few days ago, this last weekend, that really stuck with me. And I'm going to quote this person, my friend Catherine. And there's a terminology in Scientology called safe pointing, which I've gone over many times. Okay. So to safe point somebody or a group or, an organization or a city or anything like that, right? When you create a safe point, you are then, in Scientology's mind, created like a little oasis of alignment with your goals and purposes, right? With your, belief system, right? So it's interesting to think about the safe point principle because what ends up happening is they believe every celebrity that they get to come in the doors and be nice and be good and be wholesome is to then they have conquered these areas or that person's circle of friends or whatever, right? So like Tom Cruise, let's take Tom Cruise as an example. Obviously he's still in, but he continues to safe point Scientology. Take his Mission Impossible co-stars. They're all like, oh, Tom's great. And yeah, we talked about Scientology, but he totally didn't pressure me. And, and I think it doesn't even really sound that bad, right? That's a safe point. Okay, because Tom has now taken those people who are not Scientologists and made them feel like, oh, Scientology is not that bad. Why is everybody freaking out? This is just stupid, right? And obviously Tom's great and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so we have these people who've left, okay? And they're not speaking out. Specifically like Katie, Nicole, Mimi, Jason Begay, Laura Prepon, right? All these guys have just left. And they're sitting there just like doing nothing. So technically in Scientology's mind, if you're not speaking out, if you're not saying the things like saying, hey, I'm not a Scientologist anymore, that place, cuckoo, cuckoo, go support these protesters or come to a protest, you're still a safe point for Scientology. You are still out there telling them without saying anything, it's okay over here. Nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Right? So I think it's just it's crazy to think that all of these people have left, especially like I'm going to take issue with Laura Prepon in particular. If you guys have heard me rant about Laura Prepon before, I apologize, but I'm going to bring her up again. So Laura Prepon, as we all know, star of Orange is the New Black, one of the stars of Orange is the New Black. I'm not going to say she's the star, okay? But during that show, she was a paid professional lesbian, okay? Which is, I got sent to the work camp just for kissing another person, not even with tongue, guys, just a very long kind of lingering, Meanwhile, she's taking Taylor Schilling's clothes off and going down on her and doing all these other things. And like, that's totally okay. That's just okay with Scientology. Putting her boob in her mouth on television. Totally okay. I had to wait till I was 40 to do that, guys. Because I was so closeted. So Laura left after she got married. And then just faded off into the ether and started making vegan keto books or some shit. Why do these guys get to support child trafficking, human trafficking, being audited by children, Laura in particular has got some things to answer for because she was besties with Danny Masterson. And then just say nothing. I think that there's a responsibility there for these celebrities, like Leah's done. They don't all have to write a book and do a TV show, okay? Because that's a big ask. But they should be speaking out now, because the majority of people who are speaking out are second-gen Scientologists and some older first-gen Scientologists who have a lot of info, like Tori Magoo, and other people, right? I mean, Jesse spoke out for a long time, Jesse Prince. Mark Bunker is slowly releasing all of his archived footage from the Lisa McPherson protests in Florida and stuff, now in 4K, which is great. And I'm so thankful for that. And you can clearly see from his footage, which he got like, I don't know, thousands of hours, that you can see Mike Render's involvement in every moment of that. And he still never made amends for that. Not once. Anyway, that's a different video for a different time. So I think, honestly, what, needs to happen, because right now you've got us second gens, you got SPTV, everybody on SPTV, and then you have the Neverend crew, who are amazing, who are modding for us, who are out there protesting every day, who are, creating channels, who are doing the hard work, okay? And we need a boost. We need like a power up, okay? Like if you're playing like Mario Kart and you get the little star and you're like, and you can just go through everything. We need that. We need the star, okay? So I really encourage these celebrities. Listen, I would love for you to all come on my channel. I'm big fans, but that's not the point. That's not the point. And some of you I know, we met casually, and I did some work and stuff. But if you don't remember that, it's fine. It's not like about that. It's not about me. What I would really hope is that you guys could come and tell the world what it's really like. Tell the world what Tom Cruise is really like. Tell the world what really goes on in the Celebrity Center behind those walls, and how the secrets are kept, and how you were filmed, and how you were violated, and how many kids audited you, and what pressure were you getting about your kids, and all of these things. It's so important that the world knows about this, because it will help everybody who has a lawsuit going on right now. It will help. No, Apple. And it will help, just all of us to know, hey, we're not alone in doing this. We did, it's really the power up that this whole thing needs. So let me get to, I got a lot of starred questions here. Let me get to these. Here we go. Jamie Palmer, comment. There's a pizza that has jalapenos and pineapples on it from Stranger Things. Found it at Walmart. Not sure if it's sold anywhere else, so I'll have to check that out. That sounds amazing. Farrah Cheryl, good evening, lovies. Hello. Brenda, question. Thank you for being a member. Do you know why Christy Gordon is no longer with the SPTV board? I don't, guys, because I'm not on the board. I think she probably, this is my guess. I think she probably was like, this isn't my jam. And she has a lot of responsibilities in life. She's a professional lady. She's got a job. And, balancing those things out can be a lot, and that's totally okay. It's not a knock on her or the board or anything. Being on a board it's a lot of work, guys. It's not nothing. So, and that's okay. Vegan 3, Lee Purcell. She was at the awards, right? I thought she had left. And then I saw her concoct a picture on Tony Ortega's blog. Yeah, she's been in since the 60s. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I just, look. She needs to get out of there. They're not even throwing her a bone and putting her on like magazines or in the films anymore. BTB, off topic, but I've always had a crush on Leah Remini. Well, I can tell you, she's gorgeous in real life. That's just, and she smells good. She's a classy lady. What can I say? BTV, I love that DM's best friend is an SP maker. He's the #1 SP maker on the planet, guys. No one else has ever created as many SPs as Tom Cruise. Is the highest ever. Highest ever. William Nelson, Juliette Lewis claimed to have left, but her sister, who's married to Ethan Suplee. Oh, no. Don't get it twisted. She is still in. I thought for sure she was going to leave when her father passed away. She's definitely in. She was backing up Danny Masterson. She's not out. Yeah, but Ethan Suplee's still in. And he's a sweetheart. He's a second gen too, and he should get out. Summer, 1 day. Oh, you said he was in for 1 day? It was a little bit more than that, but yeah. It was very brief. It was like, boop. I mean, guys, there was 1 day, speaking of 1 day where everybody was looking kind of like uninspired. I guess a lot of people were wanting to leave. A lot of people were in doubt. So the commanding officer, Dave Pettit, got a very special presentation for all of us. He had the guys who bring your folder that has all the notes that the auditor takes during session. They just keep running notes. It's like dictation of what's happening during the session. So he had the folder page go down to the archives and dig up every folder that had a celebrity name on it. And there was quite a few. Now, all of these folders were pretty thin, meaning they did like one thing. Maybe they had an ass session. Normally, after like 20, 30 sessions, your folder's like this thick and you have to get a new folder. Okay, so like so it just depends on how long the sessions are. Okay, because it all gets stapled together. That's one in there. And how big the auditor's handwriting is. Some auditors wrote really big and some wrote really tiny. Okay, so he had all these folders stacked up on this, table. And he goes, what do all these people have in common? And we were like, so they went in session. Nobody guessed. So he's like, they did one service and then their career took off. And he started reading off the names of people and then trying to attribute the one thing they did in Scientology that one time, that the next thing that happened for them, Academy Award. Like, they left. And he was like, we did this. They owe us the success. And I was like, yeah, but they're not here. In my mind, I'm thinking, how stupid is this? These people aren't here. They probably thought, this guy's crazy. These people are crazy. I'm out. And now we're supposed to celebrate, this person who's not in here. I'm not even going to talk about who the names were, guys, because I don't want to dox people for having like tried Scientology for 2 seconds. But it's really stupid. It's really stupid. I mean, there's some people who've talked about it that was presented to us that day, like Roseanne Barr, as an example. Okay. She came in, it was very secret sauce. She got a tour, she did all these things, and then she was like, and she took off. Right. It was very in and out, very quick. And she's talked about that publicly, like having done Scientology and how crazy she thinks Scientology is. That woman's cuckoo, ka-choo, and she thinks Scientology is nuts. So yeah. Where am I? Oh, here we go. Jennifer B, thanks for being a member. Nora, who surprises you the most that's still in? Who surprises me the most? Celebrity the most that's still in? Let me think about that. Well, Tom doesn't surprise me. John Travolta, I would say. John Travolta is probably the biggest surprise to me because we all know he's gay. His wife has now passed away. His kids are grown. Like, just go fucking live your life, John. Oh, you know who else, though, above John? Catherine Bell. This woman left her husband and is now with a woman. She's gay. She's openly gay. She's married. They're raising their kids together. What surprises me about Catherine and what I don't understand is back in the 90s when she got paparazzi'd in Mexico, making out with a woman, just like 2 bikinis entwined on a beach in Mexico. Okay. Scientology stripped her of her celebrity status. Now, they didn't do that in real life. Okay. Obviously, she was still on JAG. She was still on the #1 rated show on CBS. Like, they can't just cancel her. Just be like, well, no more show for you. Like, no, she was still on the show. But what they did to her inside the church was she was in the orientation film They took her out of that. Stop. They took her out of that. Then they told her, you're not a celebrity here anymore. You have to go down with the poors in the regular course room at celebrity. So you can't be in the special celebrity course room. You can't come in the president's entrance in the underground. This little wing is just, my hair is very curly today, guys. It's raining. You're going to have to, you can't even get auditing. We're not even going to give you auditing. You don't deserve it. So she got assigned to me, the tiny little closeted gay baby who had never spent that much time across from a living Greek goddess in my whole life. To say I had a huge crush on Catherine Bell would be the understatement of the century. Okay, guys. She is, there's two people, like celebrities that I've met in real life that like look like paintings. Okay. Catherine Bell is one. The other one is Charlize Theron. They look like they're from another planet of just extremely good looking people, like they should have a light. You know how Beyonce just seems to have a fan everywhere with her hair? They should just have a glow. They do have a glow. Anyway, needless to say, I was assigned to perform false data stripping on Miss Bell. And that consists of asking a person about a subject and what, things are misunderstood there and diving into that. So we were doing false data stripping on the subject of on being a lesbian. Guys, I learned some stuff. I had a lot of feelings, probably a heart attack. But yeah, this false data stripping apparently handled her on being a lesbian. She went and her husband reconciled. I counseled her through a lot of stuff. We became very close. I've tried to write to her. She's blocked me everywhere. But I don't understand somebody who stays there when they're gay and they're just torturing themselves all day because they're being told they're down-tone and they're no good and they're an evil person. And it's not a good way to live your life mentally. That's a lot of the things I'm still extracting for myself. So that's a very long-winded answer to your question, Jennifer. William Nelson, Beck claims he was never a Scientologist, and that was his parents' thing. However, he's been performing at this level. Guys, Beck is so full of shit. He's a second gen. He did tons of courses. He did tons of auditing. That was my parents' deal. Like, sure, bud. Sure, Jan. Sure. Beck's another one. Why the fuck isn't he speaking out? Like, he married a second-gen Scientologist, Marissa Ribisi, who's from the Ribisi clan. Gay Ribisi is everybody's Scientology agent in Hollywood. Her twin brother, Bonnie, been in many movies. And their baby sister, Gina, was in the Sea Org with me. So, like, what the fuck? That's just dumb. That's just absolute nonsense. Keela McDonald, I love you back. Thank you for being a member. Janet, good point about Prepon. Thank you. Sushiful, hey! Hi! Late to the live, but happy to be here. I'm happy to see you, and thank you so much for your helpful emails. It really helped me out. I just want to say that. Fancy Face, I kissed a girl, and I liked it. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Sarah S., thanks for being a member. Laura strikes me as fake as fuck. Yes. Yeah. Joy, thanks for being a member. Comment, it's frustrating that the elites only look out for themselves and the normies risk it all. Yeah, such BS. Then we buy and watch what they sell and make. It's kind of the caste society model that we're still in, and I understand the pain of leaving and the amount of therapy that takes to overcome it. I'm still doing a lot of that, guys. But I feel like it's important to tell the truth about this and get the word out because there's still kids trapped in there. There's elderly trapped in there right now. There are atrocities happening every day. Yes, kids being coerced into becoming, priests at preteen age so that they can hear confessions of adults having done sex crimes to other adults. Not cool. Additionally, as you've seen from Rosemary's story, Rosemary is not unique, guys. Anybody who becomes incapacitated and elderly inside one of those hotels, the surgeon refers to them, is going to have their identity stolen, cards maxed out, and just all that fake money then is coming into the church. It is a credit card fraud. They already had a huge falling out for the whole Chase scam. They were running an entire like check kiting scam with Chase. So yeah, this is really, really bad. Hey, Apostate Alex, what do you think is stopping Laura Prepon from speaking out? Herself. She left like on a Tuesday and just didn't come back. So she didn't go through like a Katie Holmes escape or anything like that, or Nicole Kidman escape. She has no excuse for not speaking out. None. Just did battle with a key deadbolt to my house, so I was late. But I achieved victory over the lock tech. Yes. That happens to me sometimes too. My numeric lock just farts out. I don't know what's up with that. Janet, are the celebs afraid to speak out? Afraid of little Davy? Yes. Yeah, because you guys have to realize that those folders that I was talking about contain all of their darkest thoughts. And not just the folders. They are also video and audio recorded for every single one of those sessions. So if they said something kind of, or they've been made to believe whatever they talked about was really bad, they're not going to talk out because they don't want Scientology going to the press with that information. So they're just going to be quiet. But it's bullshit because a lot of crimes in Scientology aren't crimes in the real world, like masturbation. Put a 1 in the chat if you've ever masturbated, guys. I'll put a 1 up. 1, like it's not that big a deal. I talk to my kids about this all the time because sex ed is, that's a sex positive thing. Knowing what you like and feeling good, there's nothing wrong with that. 0%. Okay. There's not a species of mammal that doesn't do it. We are the only group of people, and by we, I mean like Americans, that make such a fucking big deal about it. Like it's just this, but also, especially for women, let's be honest, it's totally normal for boys to go through puberty and just, go through that phase and their socks are ruined and all this other stuff. But women pleasuring themselves. Uh-oh, hot dog. Call the police, right? Call the police. So it's just like things like that. Like you get asked about that and that gets dug into and you have to like talk about all the times you ever masturbated. It's stupid. It's stupid. Like who cares? Who cares? No one reading an article will be like, oh God, Laura Prepon masturbated. Well, we can't listen to her. Like nobody cares. Mrs. Bramlett Jr. I wish Jason Begay would speak out again since his show Chicago PD films in Chicago. Yes. It would make such a statement if he showed up at the org to support the protesters. If I still have his number in my phone, I'll ask him. Because I think you're right. I think that's a great idea. I think Mr. Jason Begay and his co-star, Christian, should show up together. Christian has a story about Scientology. Google him. He's got a whole thing. Oh, okay. Guys, so I just got a note from my producer here, aka my beautiful, wonderful, amazing, smart, fantastic wife, Jen, who's letting me know that we have a hard stop at 6 in 20 minutes because Fat Grammy and literally Michael are live at 6 p.m. I have a text here too. Oh, you sent it to me. Okay. My wife's all over it. To go over very important stuff about the LAPD. So I'm not going to talk over them. This is super. I know what's going on, but it's breaking news, guys. Breaking news. So we want to live jump over to there. So let me get to the rest of these questions as fast as humanly possible. Okay. And if not, we'll get to them next time. But we're gonna power through. Ready, guys? Here we go. I'm gonna take a drink, wet my whistle, and here we go. Okay, Lori Rosado, do you think that more celebrities will speak out if Leah Remini wins her case? Maybe they're afraid. Yes, and that's why we have to help Leah. The protests are paramount because the more people finding out about the atrocities of Scientology and speaking out against it gives power to the people, gives power to the judges to go, well, there's protests in the streets in every city. sounds like this shit's crazy. We should, yeah, boop, gavel slap. Okay. That's what we need. Lisa Love, thank you for being a member. Have any of the celebrities been asked in person to consider making room in their lives for joining the movement? No. I have not had a meeting with any of these people. I will have my people call their people and we'll do lunch. But seriously, like Jason, Laura, Nicole, Katie, Mimi, I'm here. Reach out to me. My email is in the chat. My email is everywhere. Please, o.noo.nora@gmail. Please email me. I will call you. I have two phones, guys. I got the phone that's camera. That's my personal phone. And I got my business phone. So please. I'll give you both numbers. I'll give you my real number. All right. Anyway, guys, here we go. Aunt Kat, do you think it was in Cruise divorce agreement not to speak out? I don't know. Maybe. But I don't know what the statute of limitations is on that. Talk about your personal experience. I don't know. Sarah S., what? With all your work with celebrities, do you ever get starstruck? Not really. I'll be honest, because in working with tons of different celebrities, I found out they're just nerdy introverts, to be honest, for the most part. There's very few celebrities that I've come across that are like total outrageous dicks. And even those guys, I'm like, okay, whatevs. I would be starstruck though. I would have a hard time controlling myself, like around the comedic greats that I love so much, like Tina Fey, Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, Melissa McCarthy. If I saw Drew Barrymore in real life, I'd probably be like, rah, or Reese Witherspoon. Like these are, if I could have a dinner with all of those people and like Jennifer Garner and we'll just have all the Jennifers, just invite every Jennifer. I mean, I married a Jen, Jennifer Lawrence. There's so many celebrities that I admire that I just love to have, like, Kerry Washington, Jesus. You guys are just making me talk about all these. Gal Gadot. Okay, Gal Gadot. I might not be able to speak. Gal Gadot, I'd probably pass out, I'll be honest. She's that Saturday Night Live where Kate McKinnon is being passionately kissed by Gal Gadot and Kate McKinnon keeps a straight face. Oscar. She should have gotten an Oscar, okay? Because that is the best acting she's ever done in her whole life. Where she was like, it didn't do anything for me. Meh. Buddy's dad, Conroe, Texas. Hey, y'all, how you doing? Thanks for becoming a member. Karen McCourt, thanks for being a member. I watched 2 interviews with Jason Begay, but it was quite a while ago. I'll have to watch them again. Yeah, they're on the internet on Mark Bunker's channel. Please do check those out. But yeah, Jason was really great in his interviews when he was talking about that. Carol Stewart, when are you going to have the treatments, the jabs that Liz got? She said she was trying to help you get them because she loves you as much as we all do. Just interested. Hello from Scotland. I'm really considering it, guys. I'm weighing my options. It's not that I'm becoming more and more interested about it. And I do talk to my friends about it. It's just a matter of dinero and timing, because in order for me to do it, I would have to go to, in an affordable manner, I'd have to go to Tampa, Florida. So then I got to arrange, somewhere to stay and all of that stuff. I might just, knock on Aaron's door and tell him, you got to put me up for the night. But, this is logistics, but also money, guys. I'll be honest, because my YouTube is taking off a little bit. There's a little bit more money coming. You guys have seen me more. And I'm making a pivot to doing this a lot more. So I have this cool setup and everything, but that is to facilitate editing. And so I can put more shorts out and things like that and get them over into the TikTok and all of that stuff. And then a lot of this equipment is travelable. Like I have my own MacBook now instead of sharing one with my wife, because I'm trying to have separation of church and state. That's why the 2 phones. This is for church and that is for state. So, it's good to, have some separation, because then when I'm done working, I can just turn this off. Bye. And then I'm not talking about Scientology anymore. I'm just here and being more present with my family and things like that. So yes, I just need, to get the treatment, it's like $5,000 in some places. And then there's apparently like a more affordable option coming up in Tampa. So I'm looking into it, guys. I really do want to do it because I can't argue with the results. I can't argue with it. Lisa Love. Hey, what's happening? Contacting celebrities might be a great co-project between ex-Scientologists and up-and-coming Never-In ally group. Yes. Yes. Black Boots. Jason McKay's video interviews showed him to be one of the most real, most present people I've ever seen. And I will tell you this, having worked one-on-one with him, the only difference between him in Scientology and him out of Scientology is that he really became more relaxed. Because Jason in Scientology was just the same way. Like he swore up and down. He didn't give a shit where he was. I'm Jason McKay. All right, Nora. Like one time I called him a whole bunch because again, not starstruck. I didn't give two shits that somebody wasn't, was a celebrity. They were on a show. They were on a movie. I didn't give two fucks. If you're supposed to be on course at a certain time, I'm calling you. You better pick up and you better be there. So I'd called Jason like 4 or 5 times. And finally, I had a pager at the time, guys, because it was the 90s. And he calls me back. He's like, listen, I love you, Nora, but if you call my phone one more fucking time, I'm going to blow up the building because I can't take it anymore. And I'm Jason McKay. And that was like, he just was not having it. And I was like, all right. And then I kind of got in a little trouble because he also told the president's office that I called him too many times. So. Smooth Steve, thanks for being a member. Could you speak more on the late Chick Corea? Yeah, I'm a big fan of his and Stanley Clark as well, who's still alive and also needs to speak up. Yeah, Chick was in since the 60s, like with, Isaac Hayes and shit. I want to say this, and this is no cut on you, Steve. I'm not a jazz fan. That's just not my jam in music. However, Chick Corea, absolutely one of the greatest musicians of all time, musical genius. And there's a lot of musical geniuses in jazz, like I know that, but it's just not my particular jam. It's unfortunate that Chick died the way he did. Just kind of like faded into nothing. They didn't celebrate him. They don't have a Chick Corea Day. That guy spent years traveling the world talking about Scientology, getting people in. They did nothing for him when he died. Same thing with Isaac Hayes. It was like, okay, peace out. You had Shaft and you couldn't celebrate him. I mean, come on. Paula Bizek, 777 in the chat. Make a wish, guys. Make a wish. Lisa E, thanks for becoming a new member. Fantastic. Question from Selfless Self. I'm not clear on what Neil Gaiman's status is in Scientology. Could you clarify it? Oh, yeah. He's not clear on it either. That's the problem. He keeps flip-flopping. He's a flip-flopper. Oh, that he's doing the Beck thing. Oh, that was just my parents' jam. Neil Gaiman is one of the richest people on the planet because of his parents. They have like a fucking castle. Okay? So, Neil Gaiman, you could also speak out. I'm not buying any of your books or watching your stuff on Disney Plus until you come clean about Scientology. And like nobody else should either. But you don't have to. I'm not the boss of you. Thank you for becoming a member. The reason from Hillary, the reason Juliette Lewis went quietly is her mom and sister are still active. She also said she wasn't a Scientologist. She said she doesn't necessarily identify. I don't know about that. You're going to have to show me some articles where she said that recently, because recently she's been filmed saying a lot of Scientology stuff and been a Danny Masterson supporter. So I don't buy it. And she was at an event. So Ann Archer has been there for decades. Yes, she has. And that's unfortunate. Lisa Love, I missed the first 20 minutes. Is there a call to boycott ex-Scientology celebrities who are silent? Hey, maybe we should. Maybe we should vote with our dollars and be like, hey, if you're not going to say jack shit, or at least come out and say, I can't say jack shit because I signed a fucking NDA or something. That would be great. Tom Cruise wouldn't let me divorce him unless I promised to never speak out, so I can't say anything. Like, put that out there. Put that out there. Christian B, thank you for your super chat. Roseanne thinks Scientology is crazy. Yes, that is a great protest sign. That is a great protest sign. Stasia Flonace, Hi, Nora. Hi, Chad. Here for a while on break. Well, have a great break. I hope you're having a good shift. Guinness Moon at VTV. What's a shore story? A shore story is taken from the Navy, but it basically means it's a cover up. That's what a short story is. I'll give you an example. When I was trying to leave the RPF, I tried to unalive myself by drinking bleach. I was promptly removed from the base. No Scientology doctor would see me because, of course, when you try to unalive yourself, they don't want to have anything to do with you anymore. So they took me all the way from Los Angeles, 45 minutes away, to the Olive View Medical Center in Sylmar. So we get there, and on the way there, Quinn Toffer, who is, blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy, we look nothing alike, starts getting me to craft the narrative that I'm going to tell the emergency room doctors about why I ingested bleach. So we come up with the short story that I had been cleaning the walls, and I was using a bleach mixture, like to pour on a rag to wipe the walls down, and it was in an Arrowhead bottle. But I was also drinking a real Arrowhead water, and whoops-a-daisy, I drank the bleach mixture by accident, and it was diluted, which it wasn't. And, it just hurt a teeny tiny bit, and I'm fine. So let me tell you, this short story didn't go very well with the ER doctor. First, he sees Aryan Nation walk in with me with the full Sea Org, regalia on, like, midshipman bars, the whole nine. And he's like, "Who's this?" I was like, "Oh, that's my cousin." He's like, "Uh-huh." And we went over the story like 4 times. And of course, being a trained person in Scientology, I can repeat anything a million times. And it's, totally natural because that's what you're trained to do. Yeah. So that's a short story. So then when people come at me and they're like, "Well, I found your medical records and it says nothing happened." I'm like, "Yeah, bitch, I was there. I fucking told them nothing happened because I had to. Because I feared for my life in that moment. If I had had the boobs, the breasts to be like, listen, I'm being held captive by this crazy person. You see this fake military uniform? We are in a cult. Please help me. I tried to unalive myself. Please give me every drug you have and call my mother." Yeah, I was still in there, guys, because somehow I didn't die. So I was terrified of them. Yeah, 100%. 100%. And then I was stuck in a room in the extended stay America for 3 days while they audited me and under 24-hour watch, to the point where I couldn't take a shower. I wasn't allowed to take a shower. I had to take baths. And a woman had to watch me take a bath. That's the gayest fucking thing that's ever happened in my life. A totally straight woman watching me bathe and shave my legs. Okay. Anyway, short stories. There's your answer. Okay, Annette Jeanette, Patrick Renna, the "You're Killing Me" Smalls is still in. Yeah, don't fucking say that out loud, guys. Don't quote him. He's trying to make a comeback on TikTok now with him and Lindsay Bartleson, who's a total OSA troll out there, also recruiting people. Yeah, no, they're awful. They're both second gens. Yadira, thank you for being here. Okay, 5 minutes, guys. I'm going to go. Thanks for everything you say you do. Love you, girl. BTD, a short story is what Scientologists tell people instead of the truth. Boom. I hope I did explain it. BTV. Jean the Bean, good morning from Australia. Good day. It's Wednesday here. Hey, you're in the future. Tell me what the winning lottery numbers are. I would love that. Jem McGregor, thank you for always mentioning the elderly stuck in the basement. Yes, yes, yes. We got to get them out too. Enokin, did you ever watch Jane the Virgin show? There was an episode where they joked that the celebrity father was worried about Scientology's auditing session on him. Ooh, no, I need to watch that. That's amazing. And Nola Ravenmore, if Travolta left, Scientology would testify on behalf of the people who have accused him of SA. Would they? Ooh. No, because they couldn't, because then it would be proof that they covered it up, which they did. All the banks should block all Scientology transactions. Yes, they absolutely should. It is fraud. It should just all be reported as fraud simultaneously. From a poet, good evening, everybody. Stasia Flornace, celebrities in F Sciento are truly out of touch with reality. They have access to information and they won't look at it. No, they won't. No, they won't. And Castillas, There are centers in Santa Rosa or San Francisco, and it's covered by insurance. Oh, okay. I'm gonna check that out. Cuddly Floof. Hey Nora, I'm looking for your merch. Do you have some bonilas? I do. Oh no, Nora.com. Oh no, Nora.com. And I put the boob jitsu stuff in there, guys. There's boob jitsu merch. Get some today. And that is the end of the comments. I made it. I made it, guys. We're making it under the wire. Holy cannolis. I love you guys. I love you so much. Hi from Canberra, Australia. Hello. Good day. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love when you put where you're at, because I just love it so much that people from all over the world are watching and being here. This is just like amazing. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you to the mods who are, as always, are the best. Please go to literally Michael's stream right now. They are ready to go live. They are going to tell you guys something so spicy that's going on right now, guys. I'm not going to blurt it out because I don't want to wreck it, because it's so exciting. I'm so excited. I feel like Kristen Wiig, which is like I could just blurt it out. So I'm not going to do it. But please jump over there, tune in, find out. It's going to be amazing. We will talk more. I've got more and more and more content because, Scientology is not shut down yet, guys. So we're going to work on it. I love you, and I'll see you on the flippity dippity.